Joining us, host of the Touré News Show on YouTube and writer of Culture Fries on Substack Touré. Will Sommer is still with us. Will, I'm going to begin with you because this is your beat. What is going on?
Good question. Well, I think from Hunter Biden's point of view, he's trying to sort of rehabilitate his image. He's trying to seem kind of like a cool internet guy, I guess. He's been on some other podcasts before, although nothing as crazy as this. And I think he's also kind of trying to get revenge. He's trying to suggest that there was a conspiracy theory that took down his father. And, if you have a conspiracy theory, you go on Candace Owens. And for Candace Owens, I think she's trying to, again, she's trying to kind of build her own profile. She's trying to seem less crazy. So I think you have these two people who, despite in Candace's case having big platforms, are sort of like two outcast characters who are trying to become more mainstream or respectable through each other.
What is the deal with that,
Let me add a couple
Touré?
things to what Will is saying. I mean, first of all, Candace, like me, I think like Will at the Bulwark, we are independent media as opposed to you, a house cat who works in traditional media. So independent media, we have to be willing to do anything. So I could see Candace going, what would get big? Oh my God, nobody would expect me talking to Hunter Biden. So pull him. So independent media, we got to be willing to do whatever. But Candace has left the traditional hymn book of the right. She has been critical of Trump. She has been critical of Israel. She is not doing the norm. So her being this right-wing figure who is a dissident on the right, bringing in Hunter Biden makes sense because she wants to be the right-wing figure who will do and say things that others won't. But Hunter sort of met her in the middle. As I've never thought of him as a significant left figure, but as the son of a major Democratic politician for multiple decades, he is sort of on the left. He is completely betraying the left in this conversation when he's talking about dissing DC elites of the left and talking about the Epstein class to categorize the elites of the left because he thinks his father wasn't part of that club. His father was a major U.S. senator for decades. There's no club that his father's not part of as far as DC elite. So Hunter is meeting her in the middle, and she's moving not ideologically rightward, but sort of like rejecting what the traditional right is saying.
Well, how do you explain what Hunter Biden's motivations here, Touré? Is it to appeal to, does he want to rehab the Democratic Party, ultimately bring it past this moment, or is he trying to burn it all down?
Part of what I got out of this is that he wants this to be a conversation about addiction. I didn't really do anything wrong. I was an addict. And a lot of people in this country, including Candace, including me, have great sympathy for addicts. He said he was addicted to crack. So a lot of people think that's funny. It's a very serious problem. So if he's shifting this away from him being part of corruption, potentially his father, right? That's what the right has been alleging, his father part of corruption. No. This is about addiction. What did the laptop really tell us? That I was addicted. Well, that's an entirely different, that's a medical health story that has nothing to do with the political conspiracy theory that the right has been alleging.
So I wonder, counterintuitively, does this break through into a media ecosystem, Will, that does caricature the other side? Candace Owens said that. She saw him as a caricature. Sees Democrats as, worthy of being taken down by all costs. Does Hunter Biden's presence on a podcast like hers, for all her faults, does that help rehab the party in general?
I mean, I think it certainly helps Candace's image. I mean, she's acting here like, she's acting forgiving. I think that helps her reach out to people beyond right-wing media. There are a lot of people I talk to who like Candace, despite her crazy ideas, who aren't right-wing. And they said they'll see this and say, look at how compassionate she's being here. Touré mentioned her sort of Hunter meeting her in the middle. And I want to add, he also was really anti-Israel and frankly, like anti-Semitic. I mean, he was saying that, really playing into her ideas. He was saying, all these people who were saying my dad was corrupt or that I was corrupt, well, they're all Israeli. And obviously that's the kind of stuff that Candace eats up. And so you can see sort of what they're both getting out of this.
That's interesting. There was one clip, couldn't tell if it was taken out of context, where does he agree with her that it's okay to imply that the Jews killed Charlie Kirk? I mean, isn't that part of what she implies on her podcast, Will? Am I wrong about that?
I mean, that's like a key tenet of her podcast. Yeah. I mean, it is these crazy ideas. And we also have to keep in mind, related to that, her sort of, harassment, terrorizing of Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow. And Hunter goes on there and says, hey, you're allowed to ask questions. I think it's great that you're asking questions. I mean, so he's sort of sanctifying or sanctioning her actions here and making them seem more mainstream.
It's also strange.
It's bizarrely meta to see Hunter, who has been the embodiment of this right-wing conspiracy theory, talking to Candace Owens about Tyler and Charlie Kirk and all that. So it's like conspiracy theory talks about conspiracy theory to get. I'm sort of getting my head lost around all of that.
I'm really not even quite sure where to go with this. Well, beyond this interview, you mentioned a second ago, just what's been going on in this world. There's a Laura Loomer element to this. There's a big fight. I catch up on this on Tim Miller's podcast with you.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel like I need a board with the string and the lines between the faces just to explain it. I mean, look, I mean, we've been looking at a MAGA civil war going back to last July when Trump tried to close the Epstein case, the Iran war. All of these things are setting it off. I mean, now Candace is being sued by Charlie Kirk Security. I think the first of many lawsuits that are going to come from that. So, I mean, things are really getting ugly out there. And now we have Hunter in the mix.